All right, let's begin then. Good evening, good morning, afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us for the first webinar of the series on the Alumni Group Health Insurance Program. We are really glad to see so many of our members from our community joining us today. Before we begin, I would also like to extend a special welcome to our partners and guests who have joined us today. From Aeon, we have Suraj, Sagar, and Kritika joining us. May I request our guests to please open their cameras and so that we can at least get to know you virtually on screen. From SBI, we have Sarabjit and Aradhna. Do we have them here with us, Sarabjit and Aradhna?
Yes, I'm present. And hi, this is Sharbojit. I'm present.
Hello.
Adhana will be joining within a few minutes.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining. From a live team, we have Soumya Brata with us. And we're also very happy to have the members of the Insurance Council with us today. We have Shika, who has been leading this initiative. We have Vishwa and Dibyendu as well. I'm not sure if Shubham and Vaibhav have joined, but we also have our dear President Sandeep Chakravarti sir and other members of the BOG with us today.
And we have Kalol and
Oh,
Ravi as
they're
well.
here. Ravi's.
Kalol
I'm
and
so
Ravi
glad
have joined.
that they could make it, and and of course, a very warm welcome to all the alumni who have taken the time to join this session. Um, so I think with that warm welcome, I'll hand over to you, Shikha. Please take this forward.
If we can go to the next slide, please. Thank you. Thank you. So why are we launching this program? Why are we talking about health insurance? And I'd like to start with that question. Over the last few years, many of us have witnessed situations where fellow alumni and their families have faced serious medical emergencies. And the alumni community has stepped up. We have raised funds, mobilized networks, and helped wherever we could. And Kalol probably represents this the most. He has led these campaigns many times to support people of our community. That says a lot about the strength of this community, but it did highlight again and again that many of these situations were quite devastating financially, and they came without a warning. Very suddenly, they would spring up on us and on the community members. So, as a board of, as a member of, the board of governors team, that team, as well as the insurance council, which was formed, about 8-9 months ago, we were asking ourselves the question: can we move from reacting to crises when they happen to preparing for it before it comes as much as possible? And we ran a survey, entire January, we were running a survey with the alumni community. We had 1,131 respondents in that survey. And that revealed 40% of respondents either had no health insurance or had covered less than 5 lakhs. In today's environment, that amount can disappear quite quickly if there is a serious hospitalization. We also heard concerns about family protection, affordability, access to higher levels of cover, and aging parents in particular. So this program that we have been working on for the last few months with our partners who have joined us, it is our attempt to address these concerns. And it's not meant to be a one-size-fits-all solution. It brings certain choices and access to group buying power that many of us may not be able to get on our own. When we do recognize upfront that this program will not meet the need of every alumnus, and every need will not be met. But if we can provide meaningful protection and peace of mind to a very large part of our community, we think it will be a worthwhile step forward. And ultimately, this is about strengthening the safety net that is available to the IIFM alumni community. And our hope is very simple. Fewer alumni families find themselves facing a financial crisis through this program because they already have some protection in place. And that is the reason why we are launching this program. We have our president, Sandeep, with us today. Sandeep, can I request you to say a few words before handing over to Aon team?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shikha, for giving the overview. I would first like to take a slightly broader view also uh, for benefit of our guests from Aon and SBI and Alive team. You see, ours is a very nascent alumni association. Our alumni strength is also very small. So, in the board, we have always been wondering what activities we should do to bring our alumni together, because it has always been a challenge to think of creative ideas and how to bring each other together closer together, and how to build a network. So that has been a challenge. So in that process, this idea of an insurance, health insurance, group health insurance came, and I must give full credit to Shikha for leading it. This has been in discussion for almost 2 years now, but it had to wait till Shikha joined the board, I think, and then she took the lead, and then she was ably helped by young people in our alumni community, Vishwanath and Divya, and I think the survey was important because people do not. I must be very candid in saying people have not been very responsive with other initiatives that the Alumni Association took. But here we found a lot of traction, and as Shikha mentioned, more than 1,000 alumni responded, and from there this conversation began, and the Insurance Council, I think, worked very, very hard, and they interacted with not only those people who are in this call today, but with several other insurance brokers. And I think a stiff process of selection was made, and today I think is one important milestone for our alumni association, and we're having this webinar. But a lot of interaction has taken place outside this webinar also. On a frequent basis, and questions and answers have been floated, and I think now we have more or less the contours of what we want, and I'm very happy that all of us are here today, and I think this can become a real bond between the members of the alumni association, where we're all contributing for each other's benefit, and of course, as Shikha said, not everybody will join, or maybe we are not able to answer to everybody's need. But I think we have come out with a baseline, and a minimum common program which can serve the needs of many. Personally, I am covered, but I would still like to join this just as in solidarity, saying that okay, let me also join. And we have now thought of some other ideas to support those who are not able to join. So we'll have to think those more creatively. But I think we have come out with the optimal solution, and then looking forward now to hear what you have to present, and then if there are questions and answers, I'm sure the insurance also will take over. So thank you all for joining, and once again, I want to recognize the leadership of Shikha and the Insurance Council in putting this together. Thank you.
Thank you for the kind words, Sandeep. I have to give credit to the entire insurance team, which has not given up after all these months.
Yeah.
And they still continue despite personal circumstances, despite day jobs, and using their weekends and all the other time available in making this happen. So we are now entering the home stretch, as I was saying the other day. So let's work through this, and hopefully we have a solution that works for a lot of people here. So thank you to members of the insurance team, particularly Manmeet, Vishwanath, Dibendu, Kalol, Amrita, and Vaibhav and Shubham. So thank you all, and Ravi, of course. Without Ravi, nothing happens. So thank you. I'll now hand over to Aon team.
Okay.
Anandi, if I can tell you to be on mute, please. Anandi, we're getting disturbance from your line. Thank you.
Thank you, team. So this side Suraj from Aon. Let me just quickly introduce me and my team. So I have been with Aeon from last 8.5 years. I am the location leader for North and East. I have Mr. Sagar with me, who will be the manager and managing this entire policy for the servicing purview, and Miss Kritika, who is the business growth leader for this and who has helped us in placing this policy. So I'll be running you through these contents, which is, I'll be giving you the overall overview of the OWN, followed by, the policy coverages that it is having, the group mediclaim as well as the personal accident policy. We will be talking about the claim process, and in last but not the least, we will also be discussing the FAQs. So just to start with Aeon's introduction, we are a multinational company present in 120 countries with 60,000 odd colleagues. So Aeon deals in health and non-health insurance, both in different areas. In India, we have a presence of 1,170 colleagues present in 17 locations with 5,000 plus corporate clients, as well as 10,000 plus crore direct insurance premium that we are placing every year. It is combining the health, wealth, talent, as well as commercial and reinsurance risks. So, what we will be covering today for the group base and top up medical insurance plan is that who is eligible for this plan. So, a graduate of any program from IIFM management, is eligible for this insurance policy. A registered member of the IIFM Alumni Association is also is eligible. So these are the two basic conditions for the eligibility criteria. So coming to the participation thing, so there is one base plan, one is the top up plan. So base plan is having a family structure where member is covered along with their spouse and kids. The top-up plan has an option to include the parents, but the people who want to enroll their parents into top-up plan, for them it is mandatory to enroll their parents, sorry, to enroll themselves in the base plan as well. So that's the condition. Uh, Coming to the top up policy, so if you are opting to on for the top up without parents, so it is not mandatory to enroll into the base plan, right? So these are the conditions of the base and top up policy. Uh, the group mediclaim policy is typically covers the hospitalization less which is more than 24 hours, and it also covers some of the daycare treatment, which is a list like chemotherapy, cataract, where the hospitalization of 24 hours is not required, but they can be done into the daycare treatment, and these treatments are also covered. What all expenses into the bill are broadly covered. We will be discussing that. So your room rent and boarding expenses will be covered. Anesthesia, blood oxygen, diagnostic test, all these will be covered. The nursing expenses, surgeon expenses, medical practitioner fees, consultant fees, all these will be covered. Medical and drugs which will be prescribed by the doctors during the treatment for the hospitalization as well as the pre and post hospitalization will also be covered. uh, as I told, the daycare procedures like dialysis, chemotherapy, cataract, there is a list, and if the daycare treatment is falling under that list, so that is also covered, and the list broadly covers all the treatment which doesn't require hospitalization and can be successfully treated under the daycare procedure. So The policy will be starting post enrollment. The insurance company will be the SBI General Insurance Company. Vidal TPA will be servicing the all claims, as well as they will be the prime contact for all the members as well as their dependents for any assistance related to the mediclaim cards, cashless reimbursement claims, all these things. Coming to the broad definition of the family, for the base, it is member covered with their spouse and two dependent children up to the age of 25 years. For top up, as I clarified, the people have options to enroll their parents as well, along with their immediate family, with a condition that they are enrolling into the base plan as well. The age limit for member is 18 to 75 years. For spouse, again, it's 18 to 75 years. Children can be covered up to 25 years. And for top up, parental option, if you are thinking to add your parents as well, so the age is 18 to 19 years. One pertinent point to know is that for parental coverage in top up, either set of parents can be covered. Either you can cover parents, that's mother and father, or parent in laws, but cross selection is not allowed. For example, you cannot cover your father and father-in-law together. So either parents or parent-in-law, either set of parents is covered. Coming to the sum insured, so you have the family floater sum insured. That means the sum insured will be applicable for the entire family, for the member as well as their uh, dependents, and that will be a pool under which the maximum payment can be done by the insurance company up to that sum insured is only for the entire family. So for base, the options for sum insured are 3 lakh, 5 lakh, and 10 lakhs. For top up,
Apologies, we'll just connect with Suraj. Must be some connection issue. Just allow us a minute, please.
Uh, I'll take this time to explain something that we had touched on in our first
Shikha ma'am, just
consultation
one
call.
second. Just joining.
Yeah, no problem. I was just giving the context. In March, after the survey, we had done the first consultation call to explain the results of the survey. And we had said at that point that we will not be able to include parents to maintain the sustainability of the policy. But given the survey responses, we have tried to work around that to get parents included into the top-up cover. Although it is only one set of parents is permitted, but we think this will help many of our members given the survey response that we received. That is the context I wanted to give. Please go ahead.
sorry, my connection was lost.
No
Apologies
problem.
for that. So I hope I have covered this slide. Can someone confirm? Sorry, I'm not aware where I got lost.
Yeah, I think you were on the floater. You were on type of cover.
Okay, sure. So there is a family floater sum insured plan. The plan options are for the base 3 lakh, 5 lakh, and 10 lakhs. And what I mean to say by family floater is that where the member as well as their dependents can utilize the benefit up to the sum insured, eligible sum insured, that is 3, 5, and 10 lakhs as per your choices. Uh, so it's not a per member sum insured. The sum insured is applicable for the entire family and all the members. So that's a family floater sum insured. For top up, the options are 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs, and 1 CR. And that comes with a deductible plan. That's a minimum 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, and 10 lakhs. And there are different options for top up with the sum insurance and deductibles. where member has an option to choose. So coming to the benefit summary of the group mediclaim policy. So pre-existing disease are not covered. That means in a policy first year it is not covered. There is a waiting period of 1 year, and it is very much common if you will go into the market for the retail plans as well. So there are waiting periods, and pre-existing diseases are not covered in the first year. There are waiting periods for 1 year, second year, and fourth year as well. Along with the group, medical hospitalization expenses, the pre-post hospitalization expenses are also covered up to 60 and 90 days. That means once the expenses are incurred during the hospitalization and doctor prescribes some of the medicines and diagnostics after the discharge, so up to after discharge up to 90 days as well, for the same treatment expenses can also be claimed, as well as prior to admission. If there are some diagnostic tests, anything, if you are consulting on OPD basis to the doctors related to the same treatment, those expenses will also be covered. So hospitalization as well as pre and post hospitalization expenses are also covered up to pre 60 and post 90 days. uh, so there is no waiting period for why we have mentioned it in red is that when you go and buy for any of the retail plan first time in there is a waiting period that in first month the claim cannot be paid by the insurance company. So after 1 month all the coverages start that the claim can be admissible. But here it is, day one all the members and their dependents are covered, whom they are enrolling. Uh, Maternity is not covered. Similarly, pre-post expenses related to maternity is also not covered. And newborn baby expenses are also covered with the maternity. So these expenses are not part of the group medical claim policy coverages. Ambulance is covered with the for up to 5,000 rupees, and ambulance services are going to hospital from home to hospital if it is required. Daycare procedures, as I mentioned earlier, are also covered. Ayurvedic treatment is also covered up to the family sum insured. Dental and vision are covered if the expenses are due to any accidental and injury. Uh, Room rent is also covered with sub capping. We will be discussing room rent in subsequent slides in detail. There is no co-payment. So in many of the plans, there are co-payment. For example, if there is a bill of 1 lakh rupees for any particular treatment, so the insurance company says that maybe 10%, 15%, or 20% will be paid by the patient, and rest they will reimburse. But here it is not like that. Every expense up to the bill amount is covered, no co-payment. However, there may be other minor deductibles like non-medical items and consumables, which is typically 5 to 7% of the total bill. But there is no co-payment, so patient is eligible to claim up to the bill amount. Now we will be discussing the benefits in detail. So room rent, as we discussed, is covered, but there is a capping of 2% in case a normal room rent is opted, and there is a need of normal room rent by the doctor prescription. If there is ICU requirement, so it is 4% of the family sum insured. So there is a floater sum insured. So we have mentioned clearly for your understanding that there is a family sum insured. So if the family sum insured, for example, is 3 lakhs, so the normal room rent eligibility will be 6,000. That's 2%. And for ICU, it will be the double of the normal room rent. That's 12,000. Right? If in case you are choosing the higher room rent category than the entitlement, then the bills gets inflated, and bill is dependent majorly which room rent you are opting, which room you are opting. So the additional charges due to uh, selecting the higher room rent above your entitlement will be borne by the patient only, by the member. There are some ailment capping, which is advanced treatment usually not covered in all the medical plans, but here the coverages are there, but with sub capping. For example, cyber knife treatment is covered up to 50%. That means if there is a bill of 1 lakh rupees, so the cyber knife treatment will be covered up to 50,000 only. Cochlear implant, that's a hearing aid and hearing treatment, it is used, and it is usually very costly, so it is also covered up to 50% of the sum insured, family sum insured. Lucentis injection, that's a eye injection for MRD, ARD it is used, so up to 50,000 per family limit is there for Lucentis injection as well. For cataract is covered with lenses and but up to 440,000 per eye. Any advanced and modern treatment are covered into the policy, but limited up to 50% of the sum insured. Knee replacement surgeries are covered, but there is a co-payment of 30%. So these are the treatment where we have specifically mentioned where some part of payment is will be borne by the member and their dependents. However, other than these treatment, the patient and member are eligible to claim the total bill. For LASIK surgery treatment, it is covered into the policy for plus minus 1.5 D and above refractive index correction. Organ donor expenses are also covered into the policy. However, the organ cost is not covered, but the expenses incurred by on the surgery by of the donor and receiver will be covered. These are the general exclusions which are very standard in any of the Mediclaim policy, but I'll just go through it quickly. War and war-like situations, nuclear weapons, materials are not covered, and these all exclusions which I am discussing are very standard, applicable to all the policies. Cost of spectacles, contact lenses, hearing aids are not covered because these are mostly covered into the OPD policies. This is a IPD policy where the hospitalization and pre-post are covered. Dental treatment and surgery unless arising from any injury, that means any accidental. If there is any treatment where dental treatment is required, then it is covered. Otherwise, it is not covered. Uh, if the hospitalization of the patient is mainly for the diagnostic purpose and there is no active line of treatment where only oral medicines are being given, so in such scenarios the claim may not be payable by the insurance company. Any intentional self injury, any intoxicating drugs, alcohol, all these things are not payable under the policy. uh, a doctor's home visit charges are not payable. The only hospitalization expenses are payable. Any cosmetic or plastic surgery, except the correction of the injury, are not payable. So these are even the obesity management program and any weight control, medicine supplies are not covered under the policy. So coming to the group top-up policy, so we have just mentioned some bullet points that why it is required and how it can help. So just to inform you that the medical inflation rate in India from last 4 or 5 years, at least we can see it's always double digit. Currently it's 11.5. Last year it was 13%. Last year it was 12%. So the expenses of hospitalizations are increasing day by day, and just to protect yourself and your family members, you need the additional coverage because the 5 lakh 10 lakh sum insured may or may not be sufficient for each and every treatment and for all the members and maybe for the entire family. So top up can help you to enhance your sum insured with minimal cost and higher coverage, with higher sum insured, as well as to meet all your requirements related to the hospitalization expenses. And even after discharge of the patient, if some pre and post expenses are there which needs to be reimbursed. So this is the main benefit of the top up, which is the mainly enlargement and enhancement of your sum insured depending on your uh, budget and your choices, you can select the appropriate top of sum insured. I'll be explaining the
Amrita, I think if the video is turned off.
I think he got dropped off from the call.
I think there was again a network issue. Let me check with him.
No, he is there in the call.
Suraj, are you there? Just allow me a minute now.
hello. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Suraj, but we can't see the screen.
Sorry, it was not a network problem, but somehow Google said that you are not allowed to share your screen. So, okay, I'll just reshare my screen. Uh, okay, so I'll be explaining the claims process, how you can avail the claim. So there are two ways of filing a claim. One is cashless, and second one is reimbursement. Cashless is mainly when you use the insurance and TPA network, and if there is a planned treatment, even if there is an emergency treatment, so you can just see the network hospital of the insurance where in your nearest area, and you can avail the cashless. So cashless is mainly when you present your TPA card to the hospital. They do all the coordination with the TPA and insurance company. You get your treatment done, and during the discharge, you pay only the amount which is not payable as per the policy. Rest, all the amount is being settled directly between the insurance company as well as hospital. So that's the cashless treatment. There can be planned claims, there can be emergency claims. In case of planned treatment, you are requested to pre-inform the TPA that there is a planned treatment and planned hospitalization on this date. You can apply for the cashless minimum 48 hours prior to the hospitalization, so that when you land into the hospital, you have the approval in your hand, and there are no delays into the admission and other formalities. In case of emergency, as well, you can view the nearest network hospitals. You can go there directly, reach out there, can get the patient admitted as per the hospital formalities, and apply for the cashless during that time only. Within 3 hours, the approval will be received to the hospital, and the treatment uh, you know uh, claim will be accepted by the hospital. During the discharge, there will be second approval. So first, what happens that in cashless, estimated amount is being sent by the hospital because they are not sure that what will be the bill amount to the TPA, and then TPA and insurance company approves the cashless amount basis on the all the records and as per the doctor's prescription. And during the discharge, once the bill is made, the final approval goes again from the TPA side and insurance company side to the hospital. The TAT is 3 hours in both pre-approval as well as into the during the discharge, but it is hassle free because the patient need not to collect all the documents and submit it to the TPA and insurance company for taking the reimbursement of the amount. So we request you to avail the cashless wherever it is possible. uh, so just coming to reimbursement, so in case you don't find uh, nearest hospital, or if the doctor is and hospital is your choice, which is not impanel with the insurance company, or maybe there is an emergency case where you don't have time to scroll the list of the hospitals and you land to the nearest hospital, and if it is not paneled with the insurance company, so reimbursement can be taken. So in reimbursement, you need to inform to the insurance company and TPA within the 24 hours of the hospitalization, that these things have happened and you are taking the treatment in this hospital. Once the intimation is done, you get your treatment done, you pay all the bills to the hospital and collect all the original bills and submit it to the insurance company and TPA. After submission of the documents, the TPA will review all the documents, will process it, approve it, and will pay it to your bank account directly. So all these reimbursement claim documents, broadly, we have mentioned that claim form will be required. You need to fill the reimbursement claim form and submit it along with the documents. You also need to submit your valid, TPA ID card, which will be issued once the policy will be starting, and you all will be getting your Mediclaim cards along with your dependents included. You need to collect all the hospital original bills, invoices, payment receipts, discharge summary, and submit it uh, to the TPN insurance company. And all the investigation report, like diagnostics test, everything also needs to be collected and shared, to the TPA. Okay, so this is all about the group Mediclaim policy that we have just discussed. Now coming to your group personal accident plan. Um, in group personal accident plan, only employee is covered. The sum insured, not the, I'm sorry, not employee. The members are covered. The dependents are not covered for the group personal accidental policy. And the sum insured are 5 lakhs, 7.5 lakhs, and 10 lakhs. These are the options. Age limit is 18 years to 65 years. Under this accidental plan, the accidental death is covered up to the 100% of the sum insured. In case any unfortunate thing happens and there is a death of the member, so the dependents will get 100% of the sum insured. In case of permanent disability like paralysis, loss of both limbs, 100% of sum insured will be triggered, and it will be paid to the dependents, to the nominee. Uh, in case of permanent partial disability, where the disability is not total but it's partial, so percentage of the sum insured will be paid, and those percentage depends on the different disability, which is mentioned in schedule, which will be shared with you after this, once the policy will get started. If there is a temporary injury like fracture, requiring treatment, so these are minor fractures, and injury are not covered unless there is specifically you are mentioning it, or there is a treatment required for it. So for personal accidental policy, the treatment expenses are not covered. The complete sum insured will get triggered basis on the disability and the death of the member, and the payment will happen to the nominee account. So now we will be covering some FAQs of the group Mediclaim, which may be common among yourself and which may address, most of the queries if you have. So what are the network hospital? What should I do when I reach to the hospital network? So network hospitals are those which are impaneled with the insurance company and TPA, and these are the preferred network list for the insurance company and TPA, where they have tie-ups directly with the hospitals, they have discounted, agreed with them, and where the cashless can be availed by the members. So member need not to pay the entire bill and get it reimbursed to the insurance company. Then and there, the cashless may happen. The settlement may happen directly between the hospital and the insurance company. Members just can get the cashless approved and can get the patient discharged. What should I do when I reach the hospital is that you need to present the patient's Mediclaim ID card, which will be issued to all of you during the inception of the policy, as well as you also need to carry a government valid photo ID proof, which you need to submit to them along with the doctor's advice of the treatment. So there will be TPA desk in the hospital. They will once they will receive these documents from you, they will coordinate directly with your TPA and insurance company, and they will get all the formalities and approval arranged by themselves. You just need to coordinate with the hospital TPA authorities. In case there is a delay or some query, you can always reach out to Vital contact points and to Aeon team as well. What are the claim reimbursement? So in case you are not availing these network hospital list and you are you want to go for reimbursement, so you can pay the entire bill. You can intimate the TPA that you are going for reimbursement claim within the 24 to 48 hours of the hospitalization, and collect all the original documents along with the original bills, discharge summary, invoices, receipts, everything, and then submit it to the Vidal team, that's your TPA. They will process the claim and will pay the entire amount into your bank account directly, which the details you will be sharing during the uh, submission of the documents. How can I claim pre and post hospitalization expenses? So once your main hospitalization treatment is done, either cashless or reimbursement, and once you have got the claims processed for the main hospitalization, you can also claim for pre and post. That's 60 days prior to hospitalization and 90 days post discharge. You can collect all the documents. You can submit it to the Vidal TPA, you know, with reference to your main hospitalization bill, and they will receive it. They will process it like all other reimbursement claims and will pay it directly to your bank account. So pre and post hospitalization is cannot be cashless. It will always be reimbursement. Just for your information. Uh, what are the key points I must remember when using benefits under this policy? So please ensure that you carry all the you please ensure that all your dependents that you have declared are covered when you receive the Mediclaim card. So the names of everyone is mentioned there itself, and because it won't be possible to add the dependents at later stage during the enrollment itself, you need to mention all the dependents name and everything. uh, then submit your reimbursement claims within timelines from the hospital. Please do not postpone this later, as it may mean that your claim can get rejected due to late submission close. So once you get your treatment done, you pay the bill directly to the hospital. You collect all the documents. So after discharge, please submit all your documents within 15 to 30 days to the TPA. If it will be delayed, the file may get closed, and then the claim cannot be entertained by the hospital. Sorry, by the TPA. Please check that your documents are submitted completely at the first instance itself. You can always take help of your own team as well as Vidal team to check with them that what all documents are required for these particular treatment. Broadly, we have mentioned that all the original documents, discharge summary, final bill receipts are required, as well as all the investigation reports. In case you still feel any doubt, so just connect with them. Ensure that you are submitting all the documents in first instance, so that there is no query raised, and again the you need not to visit the hospital and collect the rest of the documents. uh, so that is the finest way and quicker way to get the claims reimbursed. Please retain a copy of the all the documents with you. That's also necessary, that if tomorrow TPA raises a query or insurance company says that they are not having this particular document, you can always show them that this was submitted to them, and in case that is lost, you can share the scan copy as well. So if in case there is a conflict, you should have all the copy of your claim documents saved with you. Please do not pre-authorize all the claims, including proposed reimbursement, as it will clarify issues regarding coverage for you well in advance for an expense being undertaken. What are the key reasons why a claim under the Mediclaim policy could be completely rejected under the plan? So, most of the claims, all the claims will be payable as per the policy terms and condition, but there are a few instances where the claim may not be entertained by the insurance company. These are the reasons. One is that treatment is taken once if you are not a member of alumni, or you are not enrolled into the policy and you are taking the treatment. uh, so those claims won't be entertained. uh, if treatment has been taken on outpatient basis, as I told you that only two types of claim can be entertained into the group medical claim. One is the where 24 hours of hospitalization is required minimum. Second is the daycare treatment. But if there is an outpatient treatment and you want to get that amount reimbursed, so that won't be claimed and cannot be paid by the insurance company. uh, Third is that if treatment taken is not covered as per the policy condition or excluded under the policy, as we discussed the in detail the exclusions, if it is falling under that, then exclusion list, so the claim cannot be payable. There is an fraud or misrepresentation, or by the hospital or any of the authorities, so the claim cannot be taken, cannot be paid. If claim is falling under the waiting period or exclusion that we just discussed, that there is a 1 year pre-exist waiting period for the pre-existing disease. uh, Next is, what are the key reasons why a claim under the Mediclaim policy could be reduced versus the sum insured? So there are two main points. One is that the claim amount exceeds the permissible limit under the policy. For example, your sum insured is 3 lakh or 5 lakh, but the claim amount is 10 lakhs. So up to the family sum insured only, the claim can be paid by the insurance company. So that may be a reason where your entire bill is not entertained by the insurance company. Another reason is that some expenses like non-payable and consumables like toiletries, food charges, visitors, these kind of charges, even some hospital charge admission charges, so these charges are not payable as per the policy. These are roughly 5 to 7% of the entire bill, which hospital charges, so these are not payable in any of the policy. This is an example where we have mentioned, for the top up, if you are opting for top up, so what can be deductible, and for in which cases the top up policy may be triggered. So if I start from the last row, so in case the hospital bill is 25 lakhs and the top up cover opted is 20 lakhs, so there is a deductible of 3 lakhs, right? So out of 25 lakhs, 20 lakhs can be catered, uh, you know, uh, so 17 lakhs can be catered through the top up, because there is a 3 lakhs of deductible, and the member pay 2 lakh additional amount if they are having their base policy as well as top up cover. So in case base is 3 lakhs, or they are paying by their own pocket 3 lakhs, they have not opted for base, but they are having top up cover of 20 lakhs, the bill amount is 25 lakhs, then the additional 2 lakhs will be paid by the member as an additional amount. Likewise, there are different sum insured examples. In case 15 lakh is the uh, bill and top up cover is 12 lakhs, so top up can be triggered, yes. The 3 lakh will be deductible for sure, but member pays the amount will be nil. Over and above the 3 lakhs will be nil. So that's the case. Some additional information and important point. In case NRI members So the group mediclaim policy are applicable in India only. Uh, so it's not outside India. The treatment needs to be done in within India only, and the even the bank account details of the member in which the payment needs to be hit should be Indian bank account for the reimbursement cases. There are no mid-year additions and life events allowed. So please make sure that during the enrollment period, during the inception of the policy, you enroll all the members correctly, and you are not missing any of the dependents. Alive Health will be your technology partner for enrollment purpose, who will be assisting along with their technology to make sure that you are landing on the page correctly, and you are enrolling and declaring all your family members there itself. For the age we have already discussed, but just to brief it again, for base group mediclaim policy, the age limit is 18 to 75 years. Spouse, again same, 18 to 75 years. Children are covered up to 25 years. Parental coverage in top up plan is up to 90 years, but one set of parent, either parent or parent-in-law. For group personal accident policy, the member age is 18 to 65 years. So that's all information on the group mediclaim policy as well as group personal accident policy from our side. Uh, I hope I'm
Suraj,
audible.
can you show the rates once, rate plan
Sure.
for the base?
Yeah. I hope this is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the group mediclaim policy group mediclaim policy top-up rate plans. So there are different sum insured mentioned: 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs, and 1 CR. For which, if member only, the family rates are mentioned 2034 to 126 as per the sum insured, and the family definition with INR 3 lakhs deductible. Similarly, there are with 5 lakh deductible, there are different sum insured and different raters. This is the per family rate. So this is member only. This is without parents, means member and immediate family members, member, spouse, and 2 kids. And this is with parents. These are the rates with parents. If I scroll it down, then again with that amount 10 lakh deductible, these are the sum insured 20, 30, 50, 1 CR, and these are the raters with parents, with dependents, without parents, and member only.
Just to
Okay.
reiterate, if someone is enrolling in the parental top-up plan, they have to take the base plan as well. For other members who are just taking a top-up for the members or members spouse child, they can take it directly without the base plan. Suraj, can you go on the base data, please? The worksheet before this.
Yes. So these are the base plans as per the age band and as per the family definition. So this is one adult, this one adult, one child, then one adult, two child, two adults, two adult, one child, and two adult and two child.
So base is the senior most person in the family. That particular rate will be auto populated in the technology platform of Alive Health, and the raters will auto populate, and you can see the final rates there. I think someone has a question.
I would like to finish the slides, and then we will use all the time remaining for our Q&A.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So just a couple more slides left. Thank you everyone for the patience and hanging out here till now. Um, you know, this is probably the most important slide from the perspective of the insurance team, I think, because we are very concerned about how a group policy will run, and that was the hesitation in starting this project for a number of years, because in a group policy, how do you take care of sustaining it? And an insurance program does not succeed because of the insurer or the policy design or the premium. A group insurance program succeeds or fails because of the group behavior itself. And we want to be very transparent about that right at the outset. The program is not guaranteed to exist forever. Whether it survives or grows will depend on us as a community. If the participation is broad, the risk pool remains healthy, and members support the program over time, it will become stronger and more valuable year after year for all of us. However, if participation remains concentrated to only those who expect immediate claims, if members move in and out opportunistically when they don't need, and if the program develops an unsustainable claims experience, the economics will stop working and we will lose it. When that happens, the premiums will rise, benefits will reduce, the underwriting will become stricter, and the insurer may simply stop supporting the program. And many affinity and alumni programs in India have experienced this already. So we need to be very cautious of how we are responsibly protecting this program. And we need to think of it in this way. This is one of the few situations where we genuinely do swim or sink together. And that is why participation matters. And that is why we are talking about shared responsibility in the slide. And we are asking members to not think of it as a one-year transaction, but as a long-term community asset. And the reality is quite simple. If enough alumni support this program, it can be one of the most valuable benefits the Alumni Association is able to offer. If we do not, we may lose the program. The Aon team have conveyed to us that we need to get to 1,000 families enrolled, and I'm hoping we can get to that with the enthusiasm we are seeing in the last few days. But we would like you to obviously evaluate this from your perspective as well. So ultimately, just to summarize, a group policy will work only when the group will own it. We all benefit from this pool, and we all have a role in protecting it. We can go to the next slide. Finally, to summarize, what this program aims to achieve, it was not created because all of us needed another insurance product, but because, it was created because we saw this problem that many of us face firsthand. Our survey confirmed that a significant proportion of alumni either don't have health insurance or don't have sufficient cover. So the objective here is quite simple: to give alumni access to a structured, affordable, and flexible protection platform. And the goal is to provide options that fit different life stages and family situations, with the permutations that are allowed. And ultimately, we hope to make our alumni community more financially resilient, and be better prepared when unexpected medical events occur. We can go to the last slide, please. Next is, in terms of next steps, what we will see, where do we go from here? We will have an enrollment window which will be announced over the next few days. I would encourage every member to review the available options carefully and think about their family's specific circumstances. Do you have an employer cover? How much is that? What other coverage you already have available? Do you want the personal accident cover? There is no single correct answer for everyone here. So please take time to understand the eligibility conditions, waiting periods, deductibles, age limits, policy terms to make your decision. If something is unclear, please ask questions in the chat now, or we are all in the insurance group. Please ask questions. The Aon, SBI, and Alive teams are all there to support the Q&A there as well. The program represents many months of work done by our team and by our partners. So we believe it can be a valuable benefit for the community. And the future will depend on your engagement and participation. So and I would before I finish here, we move into Q&A. I would like to thank again the Aon team, SBI team, and Alive team. I know Aon team was working throughout the weekend for this presentation. So thank you for your efforts in supporting us. I think we can start with Q&A. Manmeet, Divyendu, do you want to take over and look at the chat for any questions, as well as if any other come up as we speak?
Yeah, we are handling the chat.
Okay. Any questions, please feel free to raise your hands and ask. I'll step back now. Manmeet, over to you.
Yeah, I think most of the questions have been answered by the Aon team and the Bindu as well. There are last two questions which are unanswered. One, what about coverage of modern treatments related to cancer coverage? Aon team, would anyone of you like to address that?
So there are listed modern treatments by the RRDA released in 2019, which are covered in your policy up to 50% of SI.
All right. I hope, Nilima, that answers your question. Ashish is asking if after 1 year will all the issues related to existing diseases be covered?
So if the member and their dependents is continuing their policy, they definitely, as we informed, that after 1 year, pre-existing diseases will be covered in the policy.
All right. Sudeshna has her hand raised. Sudeshna, you want to come online and ask your question?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you.
Actually, I just want to know the age limit, because already they have told it, but some I couldn't listen the minimum age limit of the policy holder to be covered in this mediclaim.
So
The upper
minimum age
limit
limit
is
no. So for
Yes,
members, spouse, and parents, minimum age limit is 18 years up to 75 years of 75 years of age. For the GMC policy, for the top-up policy, parental age limit is minimum 80 and maximum upper limit is 90 years. For the dependent two till children, age limit is 0 to 25 years of age for the GMC policy, base policy, as well as for the top-up policy. And for the GPA policy, age limit is minimum 18 years, maximum 65 years of age.
so then now if I have 65 now, so I am not eligible.
For which policy?
For I'm the policy holder. I am not the parents, so I
if
don't
you are
know.
if you are a policy holder, your age is 65, so you will eligible for the GMC policy.
Acha.
So up to 75 years, members are eligible, Sudeshna.
So now I can I'm eligible for this scheme that I just want to know.
Yes, you are eligible.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Kusum, you have your hand raised. Kusum Hari. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Right. Meantime, let's take other questions from the chat. How will the coverage work for someone who's already undergoing cancer treatment? That's one question. And the other is, let's take a couple of questions together. The other is, what are the options to add spouse or children if the marriage or birth is expected after enrollment, that is middle of the policy year? Aon team?
So in that regard, I have mentioned that midterm addition or midterm inclusion cannot be allowed in this program. And regarding the coverage, definitely it will be depends on the medical. If it is fallen under the PED disease, so it will not cover. It will be for 1 year, and after all the pre-existing disease will be covered.
Yeah, just to add, if it is
Just to
already
clarify further.
undergoing it cancer treatment, so it will come under pre-existing disease, and there is a waiting period of 1 year.
Yeah, and Sagar mentioned that for new family member additions like marriage, spouse, new marriage spouse, childbirth, or let's say deletions like death, all these will have to wait for the renewal period, which will happen every year. And at the time of renewal, the additional additions and deletions can be done.
All right, thank you. Kusuma, can you now come online and ask your question? We see your hand has been raised for a while now.
Yeah, the question is, do you cover wellness programs like Ayurvedic rejuvenation programs? Uh, I tend to be in India for about 3-4 months a year, primarily to attend to these wellness programs. Do you cover them?
Yes, so Ayurvedic treatment is covered into the policy up to the family sum insured. However, there is a list of Ayurvedic hospitals mentioned by the insurance company. So we you need to, and that can be government recognized Ayurvedic hospital. So that's the only criteria. Otherwise, it is covered up to the family sum insured.
Okay, thank you.
So Ayush treatment is covered, but if it is like beyond Ayush into wellness domain, maybe that'll. What's your view, Suraj, on that?
Yeah, so treatments are covered, but if there are some therapies, so it's always better if you could just share with us the your doctor's consultation and the treatment which you will be going through. We can get it clarified from the insurance company, verified, and can share it with you. But broadly, as per the insurance coverage definitions, the treatment under Ayurveda are covered, not all the therapies and thing. So that you please share us before then we can get it clarified.
So you need prior approval, authorization before we
Yeah,
make a claim?
we can.
Okay.
Correct. So we can guide you better in case that treatment is payable, or in case there is some doubtful treatment which may or may not be payable. So you will be having the clarity before getting the treatment done.
Yeah. So basically, Kusumari, the alternate treatments are which are allowed by insurance companies are captured in the list of Ayush treatments. So you can also check that online whether your treatment is part of the Ayush list or not.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question is also another frequently asked question, and one similar such question is there in the chat. They're asking about using multiple insurance policies for the same, same claim.
Why
So
not?
if you can,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so that's beyond the principles of insurance. So that means there are two things. One is that multiple policies cannot be used if you are reclaiming the same amount. But in case your insurance policy is not sufficient, is not enough to cover the entire expenses, then you can claim into the other insurance as well. For example, there is a bill of 10 lakhs and your insurance policy covers up to 5 lakhs. So the remaining 5 lakhs which are not reimbursed by your first insurance company, you can claim the remaining 5 lakhs into the other insurance. But if you have already taken the benefit of entire 10 lakhs in one insurance, then second insurance plan is not required, as is not covered as per the insurance principle.
Thank you, Suraj. I think that answers your question, Tafsil. Suraj, could you please also
Suraj,
talk about how do we?
hey, Manmeet,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yes.
I
Yes.
just
Please
needed to
come.
follow up on this.
Yeah.
Suraj, is there going to be, at the time of coverage, right? Let's say the first 5 lakhs has to be covered by, you said the primary insurance. Would alumni group health be the primary insurance, or would the second one be the primary insurance? And are you guys going to end up in court asking us to run behind each other?
Okay, so Ravi, I'm not going that who will be the primary insurance. So it can be anyone. So a person can have different medical insurance policy, maybe their retail individual plan, their corporate plan, the alumni policy, as well as their top up plan, right? So they can claim in any of the insurance policy wherever they think they, it has the higher coverage, which covers the most of the expenses. And the remain, that can be their individual policy, that can be their corporate policy, their alumni policy, or any of the other policy. Once the claim is made and settled by the first insurance company, then the remaining amount, which is not reimbursed by the first insurance company, because the sum insured has already exhausted. So the remaining amount they can claim by the second or third or fourth insurance company. So they need to collect the claim settlement letter from the first insurance company, which will declare that, uh, out of this bill amount, we have paid this amount to this patient, and we have not paid this amount. So the amount which has not paid by the first insurance company, that can be claimed uh, by the member into their other insurance plans. And the primary insurance policy, it may be alumni, it may be their individual policy, or any of the policy. I hope.
So, Ravi, just to answer it again, your concern is about primary, secondary in terms of looking at two ways. One is whether we are talking about two base insurance policies and then meeting the expense by using both of them, what Suraj told just now. Or are we talking about the top up plan where it is a deductible part comes in the picture, and then one is supposed to decide whether it is a base plan of IFM Alumni Association or a base plan of some other external policy which one has purchased. In that case, primary or secondary can be anyone again, but the deductible can be also your own source. If you pay from your pocket the deductible amount, the top-up policy still is valid and the remaining balance is paid by the top-up policy itself.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And I'm also assuming that while the first policy is used for the initial part of the claim or the expense, that can go cashless, while the remaining fund would be on reimbursement basis, right?
Yes, ma'am. That can be.
All right. I think we've clarified all questions from the chat. Are there any other questions?
I'm just following up on the primary and the secondary insurance question. I live in the U.S. and I have a policy here. So, but most of these policies won't cover when I'm in India. So how is that treated? The main reason for me to enroll here is I plan to spend more and more time in India. I'm starting to split my time. And so how does that work?
Okay, so the group medical claim policy that we discussed are, are for the treatments which are taken in India only. They cannot be used outside India. So the treatment, if it is happening within India, so these policy will trigger. If it is outside India, so these will not be applicable. Also, I think we don't know your existing insurance plans that you are having, if they have coverage in India or not. So that we cannot comment on that. But these policies that we are discussing are only for if you are taking treatment in India only.
I'm only talking about the treatments in India because for the treatments here, I'm covered well, but they don't cover it in India. That's the primary reason for enrollment.
Yeah. For India, these policies provides the coverage.
Okay.
So, they also require an Indian bank account.
Yeah.
For this purpose, if you're enrolling.
Would you still be having a Indian bank account in your name?
Yes, I have an Indian bank account that I can use for the regular payments and.
Yeah. So in that case, you can continue your. You can have your treatment done in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, there's another question. If we are covering only one parent, would the premium be different?
No. There is the premium is assumed for two parents, And if there is only one surviving parent, then also the both the parent premium has to be paid. There was another question that cross selection of parents and in-laws, whether it can be done. Unfortunately, no. That comes under selection, uh, or let's say anti-selection. So either side of parents, even if only one is surviving, will have to be covered. And the premium is considered for two parents. One single parent premium is not there.
There's another question about PD in case of parents. If parents have PD, how would the coverage look like?
After a year, coverage can begin.
All right. Ashish, I hope that answers your question. Are there any more
Yeah,
questions?
definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. Are there any more questions?
Yes, PED in top up also has a waiting period of 1 year.
All right. Sudeshna has her hand raised.
Acha, ma'am, sir, I just want to know ki what is the basic premium. So it is just an average. So for 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, if you can inform us.
Yeah, if you can just you would like to understand. So there'll be a portal in
Yeah.
which you can log in and check your premium.
Acha.
You can play around with the whether you want to go for top up with parents, without parents, or the base policy. So all these things are getting developed. The tech vendor is there on the call. I think they'll take some couple of weeks to deploy the portal. In the meanwhile, if you text your age of the family members, then we'll
Yeah.
text back the premium.
Text here only.
Here only.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there
Sai
any
has a
questions?
question.
Sorry, go ahead, Mani.
Yeah, there's one last question from the chat. Since parents are covered in top up, how does the claim work? Like the deductible amount to be paid by the member and remaining only covered under the policy? Yes, Sai, if you're going with the option with deductible, then that will be paid by you and the remaining will be covered by the policy. Yes. All right. Shikha, you want to come in for the closing remarks?
Yeah, so thank you everyone for your time today, for joining us, all the alumni members, partners, volunteers, everyone involved. So thank you for contributing your time and your questions. Any questions remaining, anything comes to mind, please use the WhatsApp groups to ask your questions. The teams are in those groups and will be able to answer your questions. And use the next couple of weeks until we get ready to open the enrollment window. Whenever the tech work is completed, the enrollment window can begin, but we are 2-3 weeks away probably, but we will keep you posted. Until that time, evaluate, see what works, what doesn't work for you, and continue to ask questions and engage here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Aon team. Thanks,